To put it very simply, there are 3 easy signs that you will get rich in 2021. We're almost at the end of the year, and it's near the final 60 days or so of 2020, and I want you to know, you really can change your financial life in ways you never imagined. I know it sounds like a ridiculous concept. I understand that it might seem far-fetched or unrealistic. I get it. You might be in a spot that isn't where you want to be, or you've been in the same spot year after year after year. The truth is, that was me. It was the same thing, year after year after year after year. Too much year, not enough money. And I heard from someone that became my mentor a powerful statement. It changed my financial life forever, and it made me a millionaire in a not too long of a time thereafter. This is what he said: turn your annual income into your monthly income. I didn't believe that, and I even said that to him eventually. I'm not sure I believe it, but I believe that you believe it. And he did believe it. So I set out the goal to turn my annual income into my monthly income. Now, that was a big goal. Well, I found out in hindsight, there are 3 shocking signs that you can get rich. So whether you are watching this in 2020, whether you are watching this in 2021, whether you are watching this in 2040, salutations to you in the future in 2040. No, I'm just joking. But it doesn't matter what year you're watching it. There are 3 shocking signs that you can get rich. That 12 months from now, 6 months from now, heck, even 4 months from now, you can look back and not recognize your bank account. You can look back and not recognize yourself, your life, your financial situation. So here's 3 shocking signs that you will get rich. My name is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com. Make sure you hit the like button right over there on this side, right over there on this side, and let's dive right into this video. Now, like I told you, I wasn't really sure if it was possible to turn my annual income into my monthly income. I didn't really believe it, but I believed that my mentor, the person that eventually became someone that truly changed my life, I believe that he believed it. And what he said was, if you want to change your financial life forever, if you truly want to get rich in life, what you have to do is you have to follow the laws of compensation. He said, everything in the natural universe, it has laws that govern and orchestrate its life. He said that, they can actually send a rocket to the moon and they can time the precision of the landing within a fraction of a second. He said there are natural laws to the universe, and that includes your financial life. The one that will make you rich is called the law of compensation. And he said there are 3 principles or 3 laws that are in the law of compensation. And he said, Jake, if you follow these principles, your life will change forever. And I'm going to share these simple principles with you. So remember, the law of compensation can make you rewrite your bank account in ways you never thought were truly possible. Law number 1 in the law of compensation is the need for what you do. There are many wishful thinkers, speculators, the ones that wish they had a lot of money. They hope they'll get a lot of money. They wish and hope and they pray and they tell you that they want a lot of money. But they're focused on the wrong thing because they do not understand what money is. In fact, very few people in the world, except for the very rich, people that are making over 7 figures a year, these are the people that really understand what money is. I can remember when I was not getting by very well. My wife was in credit card debt because I wasn't making enough money to support us. And she was working a job over 40 hours a week, still in credit card debt. And I came across this principle by my mentor, the need for what you do. And in order to understand this point, it bears redefining the word money. A lot of people have misnomers or poor definitions about what money is. Some of that is by institutions, some of that is by religions, some of that is just by things you heard in childhood or bad memories from the past. Money is simply a reward for service that is rendered. That's all it is. Money used to be cattle. Money's been many things. It's been seashells. It's been all types of things. Money is just a very primitive and useful tool. It's a symbol for a medium of exchange. I have a bunch of cattle, and you have a bunch of eggs or tomatoes. I want your tomatoes, you want my cattle. Back in the day, we would just trade it. Now, first of all, most people don't have anything they're producing or a value anyways, so they don't have something that they could barter with for somebody else anyways. So we created something that's a useful medium. It's called money. And money is simply, or hopefully, a store of value that we can measure exchanges with. Now, I say hopefully because governments all over the world are printing it into oblivion and devaluing the purchasing power of it to get out of their own national and global debts. Now, this is a totally separate matter altogether. If you want to learn more about that, I do have another channel where we talk about macroeconomics, the financial system, and investing. It's called I Love Prosperity. If you want to check that out on YouTube, just type those words in, I Love Prosperity, or you can go to the description right there down below and check it out. It'll say my new channel. It's I Love Prosperity. Now, bring it back to the subject at hand. Most people want a lot of money. They're programmed by an instant gratification culture. Let's put it kindly. This instant gratification culture has most people to believe, especially when you enter the law of attraction. I'm somebody that has a channel on the law of attraction in human psychology. Most people understand the law of attraction in that you get whatever you want. So they want money. But 9 out of 10 times, in order to get money, you have to provide a need or a useful value to other people. Something needs to be of value to somebody else. What I mean by that is we have a world with 7, 8 billion people, whatever it is. Everybody is spending money on things. How they spend money is based off of their value systems. Do they value health? Do they value personal development? Do they value spirituality? Do they value their investments? Do they value where they live? Do they value what they drive? Do they value motorcycles? Do they value sports cars? Do they value no cars and they value traveling around the world? Do they value pools? Do they value gardening? Do they value, right, and the list goes on. You can go forever, right? I could do that for 9 million hours and it could be, do you value? Do you value? Because people spend their money on an infinite amount of things. What people spend their money on regularly is the things that they need most or they think they need most. The things that are most valuable or most important to them. Now, there is a free market system that it's also being destroyed by governments all over the world that want to regulate the markets. But in essence, in America at least, we have a free market kind of system where there's a bunch of bidders that want to offer their services and values to people. If you want to make money at something, it's in direct proportion for the need for what you're doing. Now, there's a bunch of different values of needs. There are huge markets in the world with huge market caps that are trillions of dollars of market cap. What that means is there's a lot of money flowing into those industries or niches or products or services because people want them. There's a million of them. There's massages, right? I love massages. I've spent so much money in my life on massages. There was a time in my life where I got 2 massages every single week. I got one on a Monday and one on a Thursday. I'm not exaggerating. I got one all the time. I actually used to have a compartment in my budget for massages. I know that makes me sound like a prima donna, especially when you look at my hair. I need my massages, but I like massages. I think we should enjoy our life, and money should be a useful tool to help you enjoy more of life. I found that they benefit me in a lot of ways, most namely in how my body feels, and that translated into my mood and my productivity because I felt better and more relaxed, less stressed, and my body felt more energized. So I spent a lot of money on it, and I had a percentage of my budget, 5% of what I was making back in the day, that went directly to massages. And I got them like clockwork. Same person, same place every time. She knew what was on. I wanted a 90-minute deep tissue massage, and it was going to be great. So you're paid for the need for what you do. Now, there's a couple other very important steps that are going to come up, and we're going to illustrate those. But first is the need for what you do. What I needed was body work. So then who gets my money? Well, I ended up giving it to one particular person over and over and over again. So we'll discuss those two other laws of compensation here next. Now, these ones are very important. And where I made the majority of my money was in personal development. This is a need people have. They want personal growth. They want to develop their professional development so they can earn more money, so they can develop better charisma, so they can develop more confidence, higher self-esteem. They want to be better at what they do. They want to be happier. They want to be more fulfilled. I made my money in books. I made my money in courses, consulting, speeches, seminars. That's how I made my money. Some people say, well, you shouldn't make your money that way. Well, there's a lot of people spending money at that, so thus it's a high need. But that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make a lot of money. There's a lot of people in the personal development industry that make no money. In fact, I have many people that I've known for the last 10 years. I started this career when I was 19 years old. That was when I wrote my first book. There's a lot of people that I've known since I was 19 years old that are still broke. Same industry as me, same business model as me, they're still broke. Why are they broke and I got rich? Clearly, the market determined they were not very good at providing the need, the service, the value. And that's what we're going to discuss next. And that's what I eventually broke down step by step of how to get very good at becoming a thought leader. So if you are a fitness trainer and you lost your jobs because all the gyms have been shut down, if you're a life coach, if you're a psychologist, if you're a financial analyst, if you are somebody that is a life coach that helps people with fitness, if you're somebody that's a financial planner that helps people with money, if you're a chiropractic looking to develop an online business, an additional source of income, eventually what I did is I created a roadmap that changed my life forever. And this roadmap changed my life because it helped me systematically apply more value and help more people with my products and services. See, there's a lot of people that are really good at what they do. They're really good masseuses. They're really good at life coaching. They're really good psychologists. They're really good at accounting. They're really good at investing and managing money. They're really good at something, but they aren't reaching as many people as they should. Because in order to provide more value to people, you have to systematically approach your business as an entrepreneur so that you provide more value, so that you increase your service that you're providing. I turned everything that I did that eventually helped me get over 50 million views on YouTube, well over 50 million views to my website, all organically, by the way, and have very, very, very happy and fulfilled customers and clients from all over the world. I did it in a systematic way, and I call that the six-figure thought leader. Six-figure thought leader. If you want to learn how to make your first six figures, especially using the internet as a thought leader, as somebody that's positively influencing people's lives with whatever your knowledge base is in the world, whether it's parenting, whether it's life coaching, whether it's finances, whether it's budgeting, whether it's fitness, whatever it is, there's a certain way to do it. And I stumbled upon it because I eventually bumped into the right business partner that taught me how how to professionally offer your services, especially leveraging the internet. So right there down below, if you want to check that out, it's Six-Figure Thought Leader. And what I have is actually a video that explains how to start to develop an additional source of income, how to start to successfully position your services online, how to successfully serve more people. Because, right, you could be really good at what you do, but if you're only serving one person, you're thus not maximizing the laws of compensation that clearly illustrate it's the value you provide to others. And if it's not others and it's singular, you're only helping one or two people, the next step is to help 10, to help 20, to help 50, to help 1,000 with what you're doing and provide more scale and leverage to your service. So right there down below in the description in the comments is the Six-Figure Thought Leader. Now, this is a free video where you can actually start to understand some of the principles that we apply. I turned this into a full course. It's an amazing program. It's a business course that actually I started. I didn't think I would ever make this. But when the lockdowns happened and a lot of people lost their jobs, people were asking me, you know, Jake, you talk a lot about psychology. You talk a lot about mindset, but can you please clearly illustrate exactly what you did in order to become so successful online and develop additional sources of income and build a successful YouTube channel? And I don't talk about that stuff. There's a lot of people that make those kinds of channels, but organically I built this thing that I'm really proud of that's helped a lot of people. And so if you want to learn how to do that, I finally put that together. There's a free video. It's Six-Figure Thought Leader in the description in the comments right there down below, and you can go ahead and you can check that out right now. Now, law number 2 in the law of compensation is your ability to do it. The first step was the need for what you do. Do people want it? Is it valuable? Is it useful, what you have to offer? Whether it's a boss that you work for or an entrepreneur, it doesn't matter. Are you good at serving the company? Are you good at serving your boss? Are you good at serving your colleagues and adding value? If you're an entrepreneur, are you good at serving the client, the customer? Are you good at adding value to society in a systematic way? Do you have a legitimate value that you're offering to people's lives? Whatever it is, there's a million of those things. There's a billion, there's a zillion of those things. Well, then step number 2 is your ability to do it. And this is where most people really lose it, because it all comes back to the original definition of money. Money is a reward for service rendered, which means there's a lot of people that are very entitled in our culture, and we're in a culture of instant gratification, and we're in a culture where people are confused about the law of attraction, so they think they get whatever they want no matter what, even if they're totally useless and they're greedy. Well, the truth is, it all comes down to your ability to serve people. And your service that you provide to the world, that is the instrument through which the universe gives you money. And it comes through the form of other people. So the money comes through other people, but it comes from the universe. And it follows an orderly system. And that's the ability that you have for the need that you're providing. So that means, how good are you at massage? For me, for instance, there's a million masseuses. I mean, in any major city, there's so many of them. There's ones with brick and mortar shops. There's other ones on the internet. There's other ones that are on all the different types of service websites. They're all over the place. There's so many people that offer massages. There's deep tissue massages, there's Swedish massages, there's Thai massage, there's Chinese massage, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on. So how do I determine where my money goes? It's who's good at it. Who helps you the most? And this is where it comes down to personal responsibility. And it comes down in a few folds. Are you studying what the top 1% of your chosen field are good at? So whatever that is, whether it's speaking, whether it's writing, whether it's editing, whether it's accounting, whether it's massage work, whether it's acupuncture, whether it's fitness coaching, whether it's personal training, whether it's owning gyms and having gyms all across the world, that's your goal. It's looking at the top 1% of your field and seeing what value are they providing. How do you get to that level? You may never get to that level, and progress is an endless journey. But how do you start to add more value and go in that direction? For everybody, that's different. For a masseuse, it might be getting better at getting knots out of someone's neck. It might be understanding human physiology better so you can recognize if somebody's left neck is having issues, it's coming from the right hip. And your average masseuse that makes $40 an hour may not know that, but the one that makes $100 or $140 for a session understands when the client comes in, they say, yeah, my right neck right here. And they say, oh, can you stand here and take your shirt off so I can look at your posture? Oh, your left hip tips forward, and that's pulling on your right neck because that's moving from your low back, and that's moving up your deltoids, and that's all pulling all the way up to create torque on your neck there. Right, that would be somebody where I would go, wow, you really know what you're talking about. You're good at what you do. You're worth the money, and I'll keep coming back because you're helping me. And this is so for every job, for every entrepreneur, for every business, and every single opportunity of employment. See, a lot of people just want to make more money for nothing. This is receiving but giving nothing. Meaning you're out of balance with the laws of compensation. People want their boss to give them more money, but their boss doesn't really care if they quit, because the boss knows they can replace them or maybe get someone better because they aren't that good at what they do anyways. When they're sick, nobody notices they're gone. They're easy to replace. How easy are you to replace at your chosen marketplace? Now, this is an infinite journey, and it has to do with personal growth. If I never made a video again, if I deleted all my seminars, all my courses, all my books, if they were gone forever, some people wouldn't care. You watching this might not care. You watching this right now might really care, because maybe my books changed your life. Maybe one of my meditation programs changed your life. Maybe a free YouTube video that I made here just changed your life and you watch these videos every day. Or maybe you don't really care. This is a sliding scale. Every single customer, prospect, every single individual on planet Earth might get value and life-changing alterations from you. Or they might not. It's okay. But there is a systematic way to provide more value at your chosen endeavor, and it is dependent on the industry. But if you want to understand how to leverage the internet better, how to be better as a life coach, how to be better as a fitness instructor, how to be better at providing more value and developing additional sources of income on the internet, I highly recommend that you check out Six Figure Thought Leader. Like I said, it's my Bible. This is the exact blueprint that I've used organically in order to build a multi-million-dollar business on the internet without spending money. You know, there's all those ads you see from the people, and they're like, you want to know how to make 6 figures in 7 seconds or less using this very special business model that I have that nobody knows about. The thing about those people, and I know because I've done very well in the online industry, almost all of those people don't know how to make any money unless they spend money on the internet. So they don't know how to do it organically. So in reality, they don't have a system. All they know is if they make stuff up enough, and they exaggerate things enough, and they do the right psychological marketing tactics, they know that if they spend $1,000, they'll make $1,500. Well, the math on that is if you spend $1,000 and make $1,500, you make $500 profit. Well, if you do that 1,000 times a day, or even 10 times a day, that means at 10 times a day, you're going to make $5,000 profit every single day, just by running ads to the millions of people that are on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Google. They don't know what they're doing. All they know is there's a strategic way to make money on advertising on the internet. And this is the I promise you everything, but I deliver nothing gurus. Now, the reality is I organically did everything that I've created on the internet. All my subscribers, all my sales online, all my books that are translated into other languages. I started at the self-publishing level, and I built that to Penguin Random House, which is the #1 publisher in the world. I was 19 as a self-published author. I sold 20,000 copies out of the trunk of my car and guerrilla marketing style on the internet. And I developed a systematic way that other people could do that with with whatever their knowledge is, with whatever their skills are, to basically lockdown proof your business, because there's a lot of people that have businesses that they realize they aren't as bulletproof as they thought because the lockdowns happen. So if you want to leverage the internet better and all that, check it out. It's sixfigurethoughtleader.com. You can watch a free video on it in the description and the comments right there down below. And it's basically my blueprint to make your first 6 figures as a thought leader or turn it into 6 figures a month, which is what I did. This is just step-by-step what I did. That's all it is. And it's right there down below. It's Six Figure Thought Leader in the description, in the comments. It's right there down below. Now, the third and final law of compensation is the difficulty that there is in replacing you. So the simplest way to do this is to make an objective, honest rating of the difficulty there is in replacing you. There's no way to get an exact answer, but you can look at whatever it is that you do and ask yourself, can I get better at this thing? Am I studying enough? Am I learning enough? Am I learning enough about the brain? Am I learning enough about neuroplasticity and new science? Am I learning enough about psychology? Am I applying enough of this into my life? Am I getting good enough at focusing and concentrating for my writing? Am I getting good enough at storytelling so that I can make better videos? Am I getting good enough at understanding the ins and outs of YouTube? Do I know how search engines work? Are my thumbnails getting good clicks, or are they really bad and no one's clicking at them? Because if they're bad and no one's clicking at them, that means less people are watching my videos, which means it's a lot easier to replace me in the marketplace. Now, this isn't about competition with others. We're moving off the competitive plane with others entirely. Amateurs compete and professionals create. This has to do with you creating your destiny. This has to do with you creating the best version of yourself so that you master money, so that you master influence, so you master generosity, so that you master your craft, your art, your passion, so that you get better at coding, so that you get better at massage, so you get better at acupuncture, so you get better at psychiatry, or you get better at psychology, or you get better at neuroscience. You become a better student, the top of your class as a student with your studies and your focus and your papers and your writing and your dissertation, so that you get better as a coach, so you get better as a basketball player, or football player, or track athlete, or gymnast, so you get better at what you're doing. What is the common thread between the top 5% of any industry in the world? Whether it's personal development, whether it's basketball, whether it's football, whether it's psychology, whether it's neuroscience, whatever it is, any industry in the world where there is money to be made, what differentiates the top 5% from everybody else? Those people are not competing with everybody. They're focusing on a unique value proposition that they're offering to the marketplace. They're really good at massage. They're really good at acupuncture. They're really good at psychology. They're really good at life coaching. They're really good at writing. They're really good at storytelling. They're really good at sales. They're really good at real estate. They're really good at investing. They're really smart. They spend a lot of time studying and focusing and concentrating. It's harder to replace them because they care about more what they do. They're not in it for the money. They're in for the growth. They're in it for the development. And this is summarized by Jim Rohn very, very, very well. And what he said was, if you work hard on your job, you'll make a living. You'll make a living. But if you work hard on yourself, you'll make a fortune. Think about that. Do you work hard on yourself? Are you truly committed to your craft? Are you truly committed at adding value to humanity? Are you truly committed to what you do? Or is it just a job? Is it just some stuff to get through the day just so you could pay your bills and move on to the next day? Because if that's you, you've capped your income, you've limited your income. Or you committed to learning everything you need to know about the business, every trick and trade you need to know about the top 1% and why they're so good at helping people. Everything you need to know about sales, everything you need to know about marketing, everything you need to know about scalability in the internet and leverage, everything you need to know about your own balance sheet, and you go on and on and on. It's an infinite list of getting 1% better at what you do. It's the compounding effect. And this is what I discovered along the way. Part of the way I did that was just kind of dumb luck. I got the right business partner that was really good at everything I suck at. And if you want to check that out, like I said, it's right there in the description, in the comments, right there down below. It's Six Figure Thought Leader. It's right there down below in the description, in the comments. And it's jakeducey.com/100K is the website if you want to type it into your browser. It's a six-figure thought leader is what I call it. And so if you want to watch a free video on it, it's in the description in the comments. And you can check it right there down below. Okay, thanks for watching this video. The law of compensation is clearly illustrated in 3 simple points. And what this basically says is that you are paid in direct proportion for the need for what you do, your ability to do it, and the difficulty there is in replacing you. The need for what you do, your ability to do it, and the difficulty there is in replacing you at whatever you do. Notice there's a common phrase in there. It's all focused on other people. So many people get so greedy and they want money so bad and they want money for nothing. If you want money for nothing, you should move to Venezuela. You should move to a socialist country and you should beg the government to get bigger and more powerful and use brutal military force to enforce a distribution of money that you didn't earn. But if you care about helping people, if you care about personal growth, if you care about getting good at something, and you love the journey of it's exciting, it releases dopamine and serotonin, and you really care about looking somebody in the eyes that says, thank you. Thank you for changing my life. You fixed my shoulder. You fixed my life because I learned how to meditate from you and you cured me from depression and I'm making more money than ever before. You helped me because you're the best accountant I ever met, because I just got $3,000 out of debt. I've been in debt for 10 years. My parents were in debt. My grandparents were in debt. It runs in our family. And you're the best accountant I ever had. Or I read your book, it changed my life. Or your acupuncture, I've done acupuncture for years. It's never really helped me. I've always done it off and on. I went to your practice, you changed my life. You're the best life coach I ever met in my life. I've tried it a couple times. I always thought it was stupid. I worked with you. Oh my gosh, my relationships are better. I'm more confident than ever. I have a higher self-esteem than I ever have before. And the list goes on and on and on. It's for every employee, every occupation, every business, every service in the world. It follows the same principles. If you want to make more money, it comes down to the need for what you do, your ability to do it, and the difficulty there is in replacing you. This is an objective, an honest interpretation of how you show up to the life that you live and how you show up to other people. I promise you, if you're inspired by some great purpose, all of the limits that you thought you had, you're going to discover that they're self-imposed. You're going to discover you can be a better artist, a better business person, a better employee, a better husband, a better wife, a better boyfriend, a better girlfriend, a better human on planet Earth. You're going to find out you can be a more productive member of society. You can help more people. And you can find something you're passionate about and just get good at it. And what I'm discovering is a lot of that ultimately has to do with eventually helping other people. Now, I just had a daughter, and I realized that's part of my journey, is all these things that I've learned. I've made 1,500 videos. I've written 3 books. I've interviewed some of the most successful people in the world, and I'm not exaggerating, from Mark Cuban, the owner of the NBA team, the Dallas Mavericks, Rick Rule, the most successful gold and silver investor, one of them in the entire world. And the list goes on and on. And it's like, I learned a lot of cool things. Jack Canfield, he created the Chicken Soup for the Soul series. And I've been able to, in my industry, just learn a lot from people. And I haven't been able to apply all of it in my life. Some of it's theory in my head, and I have my own limitations. And I've noticed that part of my journey was to have a kid, not to learn all this stuff so I could try to be cool and smart and make so much money. It's because I was supposed to share the things that I learned. And for you, it might not be a daughter. It might be your clients or your customers, or it might be creating a conducive work environment for your employees, right? That's a real need. That's a real value in our world. There's so many crappy work environments. People are going to work their whole lives, and so many work environments suck. There's so many a-hole bosses and companies and just bad vibes. And your unique proposition might be the incredible way that you help people. And you may never have a kid, but maybe it's a mentor, or maybe it's somebody who works for you at $10 an hour that eventually takes over your company one day, and you mentor them along the way. We're all here for making the world a better place and a lighter place. And it doesn't necessarily come through a kid like it did for me. It might be from your brother, helping your brother, your younger brother, or a mentor, or somebody who works for you. It's an endless list. Now, thank you for watching this video. I truly appreciate it. As you noticed, this video was a lot about other people. It was a lot about getting better at things, increasing your talent. Talent is something you develop. A lot of people think that because the way our culture is designed to manipulate us, people think the people that are celebrities or the top 1%, they're just born that way. We've become a society that has been conditioned to believe that talent is something God-given. Talent is something you acquire by following these 3 simple principles for the laws of compensation. I'm excited for you to apply them into your life. I encourage you to watch this video again. I encourage you to have your best friend, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband or wife. You guys want to make more money. Maybe you have a best friend and you guys are accountability partners. You work out at the gym together. Why not be accountability partners with your finances? Set goals together. See if you can turn your annual income into your monthly income. That was an astounding goal. I didn't think it was possible, but you've got to set goals that make you grow as a person. Remember, Jim Rohn said something very powerful. It's so powerful, and most people are too lazy to do it. And he said, you can work hard on your job and make a living. That's the average American income. What that means is you'll spend all the money you have, you'll probably be in credit card debt, you probably won't have very much money to retire, and you'll work the rest of your life. That's the average American. Nothing wrong with that. I just personally don't want it on the one and only life I'm meant to live. So what he said is, if you work hard on yourself, you'll make a fortune. Work hard on your job, you'll make a living. Work hard on yourself, you'll make a fortune. Work hard on yourself, you'll make a fortune. You can do this. You can help people. You can improve the world. You can help your work environment. You can be the person that you've always wondered, is it possible? Can I do it? Yes, you can do it. So hit the like button right over there. Hit the like button right over there. Put a huge smile on your face. Clap your hands together like this. Say, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I'm good enough. I'm smart enough. I'll figure it out. If somebody else has done it, I can do it too. It's simple. The need for what you do, your ability to do it, and the difficulty there is in replacing you. But like Jim Rohn also said, what's easy to do is easy not to do. It's easy to follow these 3 simple principles, But it's also easy not to do it and get lazy and procrastinate and make excuses and blame it on your parents and blame it on society and blame it on the fact that money's the root of all evil and blame it on the fact that Jake has an easier life than me and blame it on the fact that I'm not as smart as this person and I didn't get enough good grades and blame it on this and blame it on that. It's easy to do it, but it's easy not to do it. So what I encourage you to do is focus on getting better at it. You can do this. You're good enough. You're smart enough. It's time to tap into your full potential. Right there down below in the description, in the comments, is my 6-figure thought leader. You can watch the free video and you can check out exactly how I was able to do this. It's right there down below. It's in the description in the comments. And you can check the free video out for free. So hit the link right over there on the like button over there, subscribe, bell notification. Thanks for watching this video. Leave a comment down below and say, I can do it, Jake. I can do it, Jake. I can do it, Jake. Check out 6-figure thought leader in the description and comments, and I'll see you next time.